Just letting this redirect over to YouTube real quick. One of these days I'll take a picture. Everybody asks me, how do you do this? How do you set up a webinar like this? And you've got all this going on. I have a string of screens in front of me, and they all have something different on them. And I move back and forth, and I do everything myself. So I literally switch the screens, and I do everything myself. But I've been doing this for a long time, so it usually goes pretty smooth. We have a serious bug going around our area, so I'm afraid I'm going to catch it, but that's okay. We roll on anyway. Welcome to Tuesday Night Training, or your Beacon Funnels training, where we meet every single Tuesday night so we can help you to build your business. We're going to go over a couple of things first. I just want to talk about a couple of things, talking about building your business and some things that you need to really focus on. The first thing, and I had a very interesting conversation with a young man yesterday, and it was actually last night about 10 o'clock. And we were talking about being in business and owning your own business and those kind of things. And he said, no, I don't want to own my own business. He said, I just want to be in business. And, I told him, I said, you can't be in business for yourself if you don't own the business. And we started discussing more, and it's amazing when people start things, they don't realize that they launch a company. They launch a company, and they are ready to go out into the marketplace, and they're ready to make money. And this is easily, I can tell you, this is easily a 6-figure a year business, mid 6 figures if you get out and hustle, low 6 figures if you just go out and work steady. And so this is a real business. This is a viable business. Businesses are out there looking for this product. They're looking for ways to bring people into their stores. They're waiting on you to knock on their door and walk in and say, hey, I've got something here that can help you build your business. Do you have a few minutes that we can sit down and talk? And I sell beacons every day. My business has quadrupled in the last 3 months. And it's going to continue to do that. And why? Because I know that I'm in business for myself. I'm in business. I hustle. I get out and I build viable campaigns for businesses. I'm actually going to show you a campaign. I got permission from one of our, I got a call coming in, but let me move that over there, from one of our guys that set up a single beacon campaign. And I want to look at that tonight. And I asked permission, and he said it's okay. He got permission from his clients, and so everything's good to go there. And we're going to use that tonight during training. There's one thing I won't never do is use anybody's businesses. I just don't do that unless I have your permission. So know when I show you this tonight that I do have permission to do that. But so let's go ahead and get started. Let me push this down, and everybody can see the screen changing? I know Patricia always says, Kerry, I can't see the screen changing, but you should be able to see the screen changing right now. Number one, welcome to the event. If you do not have your speakers turned up and you can't hear me, go ahead and turn your speakers up, clear all your distractions, turn off your phones. If you're like me, you're getting calls all through the night. Turn off your phones and sit back for 45 minutes or so, and let's talk about business. Real quick disclaimer, Kerry Miller TV, Beacon Funnels, nor I cannot guarantee just because you are watching this webinar, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, has different work ethics, and different desires. Tonight, before we get started, we're going to talk about the 4 steps to launching a campaign. There's a little more than just walking in and saying, okay, here's 2 or 3 beacons. Let's throw them up on the wall and let's see if it works. You really have to think about this. I mean, this is kind of like putting together a puzzle. And when you put your campaigns together, the business has to know exactly what you're doing. And they have to understand their problem. The number one problem that when we talk to clients today is this: we don't have enough traffic. XYZ businesses come in, this business has come in, this business has come in. I saw Patricia today. She posted a great article on restaurants and beacon technology. And what we see is with all the competition out there, every single business is looking for an edge. And a lot of businesses don't know what to do. And so they have to understand, number one, exactly what their problem is, that marketing has changed, the consumer has changed, engagement has changed, and you're the one that has to sit down and explain that to them. You're the one that has to talk to them about engaging their customers, staying in front of their customers electronically, on their mobile phones, and bringing them back in consistently and constantly to create those sales, to increase their revenues so that they do keep their business open. Being led through different solutions and different perspectives from you as a marketing expert. There's one thing that drives me crazy when I talk to people. And I ask them, I said, do you feel like an expert? Well, no, not really. I'm not really an expert in this business. If you're not an expert in your business, and when I say expert, it doesn't mean you have to know a lot. It means you have to know more than the person you're talking to. Okay. And you have to speak to them intelligently about what you're going to do for them. So you are the expert. You have a proximity marketing agency, or you have a marketing company, or whatever it is. You are the expert in the field. And they have to learn about the necessary foundation to understand how technology can help their business. I tell people all the time that you cannot walk in with a piece of paper and explain someone how technology works today. I don't know if many of you remember, and I'm sure everybody here does. I remember back years ago when Xerox would pull up out in front of a business in a van, and they would roll this huge copy machine off the back of the van. And if you was getting on an elevator with them, you might as well just wait, because it took up the entire elevator. And they were rolling that up to demonstrate that technology to the office or the space that they were going, so that they could see exactly how it works. And their eyes would open up and they said, wow, we can throw out 500 copies or 1,000 copies at the press of a button and get all of our paperwork done. And we don't have to run down to Kinko's anymore. And we don't have to do those things. We can bring printing right into house. And they demonstrated it. I mean, demonstrating product is not something that just popped up today. I mean, Xerox was doing it years and years and years ago. When they were first opened up in New York, they made the decision then, you know what, we have got to show this for people to know what it even is. And they would roll down the streets in New York and they would take that into businesses and show them how to make copies. This is no different. The only difference is you can take this little beacon, throw it in your purse or in your pocket, and you can walk in and you don't have to roll anything, and you don't need a big van to take it with you. All you have to do is walk in and set the beacon on the table and start demonstrating. And it's very simple to demonstrate. That's what I love about this business. Beacon technology is easy to demonstrate, and it's easy to explain because they can see it happening. And when they see it happening and they start touching those buttons, then the technology explains itself. And now you've started building, excuse me, now you've started building the foundation in which their marketing campaign is going to be built. They see the technology that's going to build their campaigns. They see exactly what it takes to do that now. Now, most businesses are going to need more than one beacon. Okay. The campaign I'm going to show you tonight is using one beacon, because the customer is a kind of 1920s. He doesn't think he needs to be brought up into today's marketing world where technology is the king. And that's why I want to show you this campaign in a little town in New Mexico with not a lot of people and not a lot of foot traffic, what this has done in just the past day. And it was just, the beacon was just put in yesterday. How to outline the entire project. You've got to know before you walk in, and you have to do your homework, okay? Whether you go in, and I call it scouting. I used to tell my salespeople, if you're not selling, at least be scouting. And you walk into those businesses and you look around and you go out shopping. It doesn't matter how you do it. And you're looking around and you're seeing exactly what the requirements are for the beacon project that you're about to set up. How big's the store? How many sales racks do they have? How many different SKUs? I mean, you can literally look around a business and say, wow, these guys have 500 SKUs or they have 10 SKUs and we're not going to need they don't have a lot of space. So this is going to be an easy setup. We're going to need 3 or 4 beacons. Or it may be a very large store and you go in the back of the store and you notice that they've got real estate sitting back there that they're paying for. And that you're going to bring that to their attention and say, hey, listen, we want to be able to drive people into your entire store to every inch of real estate that you're paying for so that creates a return on an investment. Businesses appreciate that because nobody's ever walked in there before and they never realized that 15 feet of square space that they're paying $10 a month a square foot for, which is costing them $150, that nobody's buying anything from over there. With beacon technology, you're able to see that. You should examine all the possible business challenges and realistic goals should be examined. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. I've beat it 1,000 times, but there has been so much BS put out about beacons and the way beacons work. And I deal with it every day. So I know it's out there and people, they pretty much tell me, oh, no, that's not what such and such said. Well, such and such is wrong. You know, the lies of saying, well, this beacon will bring in, 500 people a day. People will just be walking down the street and their phone's going to blow up and it's going to bring them in. That's not true. It takes marketing. It takes a full, complete marketing package. That's why you're a marketing consultant. And you have to be realistic about the goals that you're about to set for this store. And I'm going to show you some realistic goals in just a moment. But you're going to be amazed at how these small goals, how this one beacon in this store sitting on the counter can create as much business as it can. You will be absolutely amazed when you see this. And you know what the business owner told Will? That beacon's not going to transmit to anybody. Nobody's got a phone like that. Well, guess what? I mean, I don't know what it is right now, but as of just a little bit ago, it had 11 transmissions today as people were walking by the counter. And I can guarantee you the way it's placed, that was probably 11 people. So we're going to talk about that, but you got to be realistic. Don't go in and give some pie in the sky crap. Okay. Because when it doesn't happen, they're going to call you. They're going to tell you to get your technology out of their store and they're going to quit writing you a check. And that's just the way it is. Proof of concept. And this is the reason I called Will. He is running a proof of concept campaign right now. Okay. He's putting the system to the test in Tucumcari, New Mexico, in a feed store of all places that's got a little restaurant in it. And they sell some other peripherals for the cowboys. And he's running a proof of concept campaign inside this store. And you have to make sure that everything is working like your customer expects it to. You may wind up after your POC, you may say, you know what, Patricia, we were thinking 4 beacons. Let me show you what's happening here. And we really need 6 beacons, or we need 8 beacons in order for your campaign to give you the full boost that you're really looking for. Or you may put 4 beacons in there and you see that you've got enough overlap because it's a small space and your customer will love you for this. You know what, Patricia? I'm going to save you a little bit of money because after the POC, we've sat down and we've examined everything, and we think that you can run this entire campaign with just 3 beacons. Do you not think she's not going to tell everybody? You're not going to believe this. I had a marketing guy come in my store. It was going to be this much money. And before everything was finished, he walked in and saved me money because he realized that he didn't have to sell me as much as he wanted to. And you know what's going to happen? Your phone is going to ring and that person is going to call you and they're going to say, hey, I want the same thing Patricia's got and I want you to give it to me. It's called referrals. Referral-based business is amazing. 70% of my business over the last 5 years is now referrals. A tested, well-designed proof of concept will clarify what a system is truly capable of and whether it meets your client's needs. That's why I love our system. We have put together a system that gives you what's called OTA analytics from the beacon itself. Not Google analytics of somebody just opening up a card, but OTA, over-the-air analytics that is transmitted from the beacon, and the system's able to take those algorithms and put it together and say, okay, this is what's happened. That is extremely important when testing your proof of concept to make sure all of your beacons are firing on the same cylinder. They're getting the traffic that they need, or maybe you need to adjust. Maybe you just need to adjust a card. Maybe you just need to adjust a card to, we talked about micro moments and micro commitments in the last couple of trainings. Maybe you need to adjust that card as far as the micro moment goes to drive them to a different part of the store for a sale. And so you're able to see all of that right up front. And then evaluating, okay? Deployment after evaluating the POC and making additional improvements. Do not be afraid, because you're not doing your clients any good at all. Do not be afraid to sit down and get you some schematic paper or get you a yellow pad or whatever you're going to draw on, and you draw out their store and you say, okay, you know what, Patricia, we've got a beacon here. We've got a beacon here. We've got a beacon here. We have a beacon here. We've been running this campaign for 30 days now. Let me show you what I think we need. Based on my professional experience, we need to put another beacon here and another beacon here. So we're going to increase your 2 beacons. It's only going to cost you another $60 a month, but look at the rate of return that you're getting now. You know what she's going to say? Patricia's going to say, let me go get my checkbook, Carrie. Can you put the beacons in today? Yeah, Patricia, we can. I've got them with me. Matter of fact, I can program them right here before I leave. We'll get them set up. That way we got your campaign full and complete, and you're making the money that you want to make. Businesses must be confident. They have to be confident in you that you're their partner and can deploy and help maintain a proper beacon infrastructure. You can't just go in and throw something and stick it up against the wall. Now, I know that there may be some on this call right now, and we got a lot of people on the call right now. There may be some on this call right now who's been told, go out and throw a beacon into business or whatever, and next thing you know, they're going to be getting all these customers. All you're going to do is tick people off. And you say, well, Carrie, how do you know that? Because I talk to people every day that are ticked off. I talk to people every day and say, would you please fix my beacon problem? I want this technology and I want it to work. Could you please fix it? And we do. That's what we're in business for. I'm going to go now. Let me jump over here real quick. Any questions on what I just talked about? The proof of concept or any of that stuff? Anybody? I'm going to bring the screen over. All right, we're going to roll on. Let me change the share on the screen here. Okay, can everybody see the beacon platform now? Everybody should be able to see the beacon platform. Throw a big yes up there. I'm going to get a swig of water. Thank you so much. And we're going to roll right along. Now, this is the beacon platform, and we've all seen this over the last few days. What we're going to look at today is the analytics. And I'm going to look at the overall analytics. There's a difference between the analytics that you see right here Okay. We're going to actually go to today. This is today's analytics. All right. And the analytics down here. Now, this is the overall campaign. So if you had 10 beacons in this store, this would be the overall campaign numbers. This would be every beacon in the store, the total number of notifications in the store. When you go to the back side down here on the very bottom on the analytics, this is a complete breakdown of each beacon. Okay. He's got this is the beacon he has, the Ranch Supply beacon right here. This is the beacon he's currently running right here. Okay. And then, of course, you've got all your individual, you got your click-through rates down here. I'm going to move a couple of these for him real quick. And you can see here, you got your breakdown of everything here. He's got this set up in the clothing department. He's running a clothing sale. Okay. But let's go up here to the beacon dashboard right here. And I want to look at, just take a few minutes, and we're going to talk about this graph right here. And we're going to go to today. This gave us a full day's business. They're probably closed. What time do they close, Will? What time does the store close? See if 5 o'clock. So it's 7:22. So they've been closed. Matter of fact, this is when they closed right here. 1700 my time. 1900 my time, which is 1700 or 5 o'clock. Will's time. So you can see here at the beginning of the day, this right here was actually 8 o'clock. Okay. What time do they actually open, Will? Eight o'clock. So this right here was 8 o'clock, and you can see as the morning started, you can see traffic coming in. Okay, now these are actual notifications that were sent out and received. This to me, okay, and you may feel totally different about this. The analytics in this dashboard, and there is a lot of really neat stuff in here, and it's getting even better. I was literally, matter of fact, I was on with Will last night at, I don't know, midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I finished up with our programmers at 8 o'clock this morning. I was going to take a nap and I got busy. So last night was programming night. And but there is a lot of really cool stuff coming. But to me, and this was the number one thing that we worked on building this platform, everything that had to do with analytics was my number one priority. Not just Google Analytics, and you can place analytics in this platform, OTA, over-the-air, beacon-provided analytics, because I wanted to be able to see exactly what customers are doing, okay? I wanted to see what was going on. Now, Will has this set up just as they walk into the door, okay? So this is picking up customers. And I don't know how heavy their traffic is. I know the town's not that big, and it's also wintertime. It's a tourist town. They may get some skiers up there during the winter as we go along here. I don't know what the mountain area is like or anything, but I know he was saying today that they get a ton. He said it's light right now. Their traffic is light right now. Summertime's their big tourist area. But this right here in a 8 to 5 situation, okay, gave out 12 notifications. Now, this guy is not into technology. This is the best case study we'll ever do, okay? And I've also got permission to use this as a case study. So what you see here is 12 notifications went out. Now, Will has created a sign that says, hey, check your notifications for specials in the store. Also, this is a prime example of you need to educate. And when you're sitting down and you're doing your proof of concept and you're building out the campaign and you're setting everything up with this person and you're putting everything together and you say, this is a must. You have to help your clients know that you're having beacon specials in your store. I'm working on a plan right now. Let me go ahead and throw this out there. Okay. I don't think just having the notification on a phone is enough. So I'm investing in and I'm having created a mobile web app. I mean, a native app. Okay, that stores will be able to download, or customers will be able to download from stores. It's called My Special Deals. Okay, it's called My Special Deals. And in those, what will happen is we're going to take SMS messaging. We're going to have people sign up in the stores. The SMS message is going to send them an app that says, download the Special Deals app now. Now, when they come in the store, they're going to have their own Beacon physical web app, and we can also customize that if you wish. There is going to be a charge for that, or you can use the My Special Deals app. But what's going to happen is we're going to put a complete campaign around that, because we want people to know. We have to educate people, and as a marketer and as a educator, I understand that probably better than anybody in the world, because I've been educating people in this arena for 5 years. So what we're going to do is we want to make sure that we give every tool available to educate not only the customers, but your clients, to where they are running those beacon specials. So what's going to happen is we start turning these notifications into clicks. All right. So let me just break out my handy dandy calculator here. Now, let's say that they get 12 clicks a day. Are they open 6 days a week, Will? Let's take real numbers. That's 72 notifications a week, okay? Times 52. That's 3,744 notifications a year. Now, guys, I'm telling you, listen to what I'm fixing to say. This is in a small town in a feed store that's got a restaurant inside of it that sells some peripherals like clothes and stuff like that for the working man, okay? That's 3,744 notifications a year. Now, we know it's going to pick up during the summertime. Why? Because that's their busy season. And I'm really anxious to see where these numbers start hitting, especially when we start tweaking them and Will starts working with them on, hey, guys, you're getting 3,500 notifications a year out now, all right, in this little feed store. So it's called Ranch Supply. All right, so let's just say out of those notifications, 8% buy. Just out of those notifications, only 8%, which is about the standard for people looking at the notifications, about 8%, okay, is what actually purchases. And I don't know about you, but 8% is a very, very, very good number. There are a lot of businesses that would love to increase their business 8%. That's two. So let's say, Will, what would you say the average ticket price is in that store? Let's just say on the clothing that you're doing. I know the deal is on $50. So let's just take the bottom line, $50. Okay. Let's just say they're going to go in and buy that $50 worth on that one deal. So, and he said $50. So that's times 50. They brought in an extra $15,000 a year on a $15 a month beacon. Now that's 1,000% return on that one beacon. Do you not think that your clients would love you, hug you, kiss you, and want you to be there to work with them? Now, what if this guy winds up getting 3 or 4 beacons as this proof of concept happens? Okay. Will says it's mid-price boutique clothing. All right. So what happens now when we wind up putting 2 or 3 beacons in here and they actually start transmitting and start clicking on the notifications? This is what you're going to see everywhere you go. And when somebody says, oh, wait a minute, 12 notifications, how would you like to add an additional $15,000 a year to your bottom line? That is a game changer for most businesses. Put 2 beacons in there. How would you like to add another 30%? Because now we're moving them from this place of your business over here to buy another $50 worth of clothing. And that's the way beacon technology works. Do not let anybody fill your head full of crap and tell you you can just throw them out there and people will come and you know what's going on, because you don't. Unless you have OTA analytics and are able to track these and see exactly what's happening, you will never know what that beacon is doing. But with this, you can literally sit down, and I'm going to show you guys this in just a second. You don't even need to walk in with a computer. You can see this on your phone, because when we developed this site, we made this site mobile responsive. So you can go in and you can pull up your phone, you can open up your platform, and you can show them right on your phone what these beacons are doing in their business. And so, but this is going to a beautiful case study. Will, I really appreciate you letting me to use this to do this case study. But this is a great case study of a small business in a small town. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh man, stay away from the small towns." Guys, the analytics changed my mind on beacons. Yeah, absolutely. And it will. Analytics will definitely change your mind on beacons. I had a guy call me today and say, "Well, my problem with beacons is I don't know if they work or not." I said, "Get on a call with me and I can show you exactly how they work." Because we have the technology to do that. You have the technology to take that to your clients. I highly recommend, if you don't understand it, make an appointment with me so we can get on the phone, because this is your close. This is your future, being able to walk in there and talking about those analytics. No, the Special Deals app, and I've put this out several times since will not have geofencing capabilities. I do not, let me squash it right now. I don't believe in complicating sales. And I don't believe in walking in with a bunch of extracurricular tools that's going to take away from my goal. So with that said, no geofencing. I'm very simple. Okay. Does the beacon analytics screen out bot hits? I don't have a clue what that means. Does the beacon analytics screens out bot? What does out bot mean? Or maybe you typed that wrong. If you could clarify that, I'd be more than happy to answer it. No, this is Beacon Analytics, period. This has nothing to do with Google Analytics at all. This has nothing to do with your any code for Google Analytics or anything else. This strictly has to do with number of notifications sent, number of clicks on the cards, and what your click-through rate is. No, they do not get hit from Google bots. Period. There's nothing there to connect to Google. Okay. Now, you can come in and connect this beacon, and actually you're connecting the card. Right. If I can find it here. Give me just a second. You threw me off my. I was in the wrong place there. Right here under tracking, you can put your Facebook pixel, and you can put your Google conversion ID right here. Right here. And now when they click on the card, the actual card, when they click on that card, it picks up, but it doesn't pick up any OTA. Google has nothing to do with over-the-air transmission of the beacons themselves. Zero. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to connect my phone. I tell you what, before I do, let me go ahead, and if you have any more questions, those are great questions, by the way. And I appreciate those questions. If you have any more questions, I want to restart my phone because I want to go into the Beacon platform on my phone so I can show you this. And while we're in there, I'm going to show you how many of you got beacons laying around right now? I mean, I've got them all over my house, and you'll see that in a minute when I turn on my phone. How many of you have beacons now that you're not using that you sure wish you were making money off of? Anybody? I know one person on here does because we talk about it every day. Hang on just 1 second. Absolutely. I'm going to show you how to use those beacons in just a moment. Now, you're not going to get the analytics on them. Now, you can get the Google Analytics, but you're not going to be able to get the OTA Analytics because the OTA Analytics are actually programmed into our beacons. Hang on just 1 sec. Bringing my phone up. Forgot my password. I'm going to show you here in just a second how you can use those beacons. You can sell those beacons. Now, you're not going to be able to sell the platform technology with those beacons, but you will be able to use those beacons. Maybe either what I'm going to be programming here is what's called the rad dot, the little radius dot. That's what your MLM companies use, these little rad dot beacons. I'm going to show you how I can program this beacon using the markdown cards, which is a part of our funnel, right? And how you can go ahead and use that and you can sell that to your clients. Let me go in here. I'm going to connect real quick. Screen monitoring. Let me share screen. I'm going to go to the phone. Can you see my phone? Can everybody see my phone? Online? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm going to come over and I've got a icon right there. And this is the Beacon dashboard. This is what it looks like on your phone. How many of you have been to the Beacon dashboard on your phone? How many of you have pulled up the Beacon dashboard to see if it was works on your phone? Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to pull up, and it's there. Log into his account, and we're going to come over here and we're going to click on this little deal right here, and I'm going to go to dashboard, and I'm going to bring it back over. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go to today, and I can literally see the exact same thing, and I can sit down with my client using my phone and go, oops, sorry about that, and go over today's information with them. And Will doesn't have to carry a laptop into the store. He can walk in there and say, hey, you know, we're going to get about 3,500 notifications out just doing what we're doing right now. Now we've got to work on making sure that your clients know that they can receive specials via beacons when they're in your store because they're already getting the notifications. So we can start seeing the click-throughs happening. It's all about education. Educate, 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 educate. If you don't educate your clients, they're not going to hang around very long. Okay? But you can literally go in. You can go in and you can set up. You can build a markdown card right here inside the app. Okay? We can go preview it. We can go into it and make adjustments on it right inside the store. You don't have to go out and take a laptop with you and all that stuff. This is what I believe in. Okay? And you don't know, I don't say the stuff I say for you to believe in it, but this is what I believe. If you're selling technology, use technology. If I'm selling paper, I'll use paper. But I use my phone for everything. My entire company is ran on my phone. Every single thing I do is ran on my phone. So I can come in, I can build markdown cards. This isn't an app. This is an actual URL. This is my Beacon Funnels login. It's not an app. It's mobile responsive. And yes, it's compatible with an iPhone. I can build right here off my phone. Yes, absolutely, Eric. I mean, a lot of, I think Will tell you after last night when he realized I was up all night. We put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of heart into our platform, and we make sure that it's because I've got to use easy stuff. Period. If it's not simple, I can't use it. I'm not smart. I'm not real smart. I'm very ADD, and so it's got to be easy. You know, that what store is it that does the easy button? That's me. They made that commercial for me. It's got to be easy. But you can go in and you can run your entire business right here from your phone. Now, let me show you something. I'm going to do this on my phone. I want you to remember that every beacon has a what? Every beacon has a hard-coded URL, all right? So the reason we do that is so that you do not have to go to a store, log into that beacon, and change the URL, all right? You don't have to do that. You can simply do this right from your platform using the beacons you already have. Now, I want you to understand, and I'm gonna say this again because I want everybody to understand. You will not get your OTA, your over-the-air analytics from this beacon because this beacon is not programmed into our platform. When you become a reseller and go out and launch your own beacon company, we physically go in and we code every one of your beacons by hand, okay? We've got a team that does nothing but that. They're constantly coding beacons 24 hours a day so that we get your beacons out to you. So what happens is you can use this is a rad dot, and I can come in and I can get this URL right here. I'm just going to copy it from right in here. Oops. And I missed it. Well, heck. All right, I'm going to hit copy. Now I'm going to come over. Now I've got my URL that's hard-coded to, what's it hard-coded to? It's hard-coded to this markdown card right here. Okay, that's what now if he had it set up as a URL, it would be hard-coded to the URL. Whatever type it's set to, if it was custom URL or a form, and his happens to be set to a markdown card, and I'm not going to change that, okay, that's what the hard-coded URL will go to. So now watch this. Now you won't be able to see me do this, but I'm fixing to configure this beacon. You can see it's a radius beacon. And I know this question is going to be asked. No, this has to match up with a beacon that's already in there because of the hard-coded URL. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take this URL out. I'm going to paste that other URL in. Okay, I'm going to set this to 66. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit actions. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to hit settings. I'm going to hit apply. Oops. It's got to be 8 digits. And this is just something I do as a habit. I lock the beacon. That's just a habit. Now I can come over. Ranch Supply Visitor right there, and it opens right up to his card. Just that quick. Just that quick. And so now these beacons that I've spent all this money for that I didn't have a platform with and I wasn't able to do anything with, now I can at least program the cards, the beacon cards, okay, the markdown cards to these so that they can become of use inside the funnel. Because what happens is they're going to pick up this notification. When they pick up that notification and they click on it, it's going to take them into the system, okay? And now you're going to see your information here. They're able to make their sales. If you've got your links in here, now they can click and go into the marketing platform. You have the entire system built in, and I'm using a radius beacon. It's also, not only is it just attached to that, but it's attached to The beacon itself is attached to the actual marketing platform, not the radius beacon, the beacon that you're actually using. So this is kind of an extended arm, if you will. This kind of extends your beacons in a store. Maybe you want to set a couple of these around and just, I don't know, put one in the bathroom. Get you a piece of sticky and put it in the bathroom. You know, maybe you're working a nightclub and you don't want to put one of the nicer beacons in there, one of the commercial beacons. Maybe you don't care if you lose $10, all right? And just put a little sticky and throw it in the bathroom. And guess what's happening? While they're in the bathroom, while they're doing their thing, they're sitting there checking their phone and they pop a notification. And wow, look at there. Maybe you want to put them back in the dressing room. But don't get rid of your beacons, all right? And trust me, I've got them everywhere. Matter of fact, I'll show you. You can see here and set them. You'll see them start to rotate, and because I got them all over my house, and these things just are constantly rotating. You can see them there on the screen. Can y'all see my screen? Can y'all see my phone screen? Or did I lose it? Okay. I don't see it up here for some reason. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, but you can see the beacons there. All right. So don't get rid of those beacons. You can use those beacons. Like I've got a Blue Cat. Now I can tell you the Blue Cat's in the other room. But I got a Blue Cat beacon. If I wanted to do the same thing, I would log into my Blue Cat and I would come in and I would open up the beacon, and it's set at a very low parameter. There it is right there. It's set at about 2 feet, but it still picked it up. And I can come in right here and I can edit that and I can put that URL in there, hit continue. No matter what beacon I have, I can still use those beacons. And that's very, very important. And I worked on this about 2 weeks ago for about 48 hours. All right. Because I know everybody's got a lot of these things laying around and you don't want them to go to waste. It's money. Make every nickel you possibly can. You don't have to go in and charge full price for these. You can give them a discount on these and you can put them around their store and pick up some extra business. All right. And save those beacons. Any questions on that, what I just did? And I did that all from my phone, all from the beacon dashboard. Yes, very nice. Very, very nice. I just noticed something here. Hang on a second. Watch this. Does everybody see this right here? Does everybody see that blue mark? Right here. Can everybody see that on the screen? You know what that is right there? Does everybody know what that is right there? I clicked that beacon. I clicked on Ranch Supply and it opened that card and it marks it. Yep, I opened it from the rad dot. So you are going to get, and I didn't know that they put that in there yet. That's something we worked on and we couldn't get it to work. So obviously they got it to work. But you're able to get the opens. You're able to get the opens of the of the external beacons. It's not going to give you the other, but it will give you, at least it will give you the opens. So, and that's OTA. Okay, that's OTA. And we're working on trying to pick up the other, but we'll just have to see. All right, we'll have to see. But it has to use the hard-coded URL. You can't just go throw a URL in there and it work with the system. All right. So this is kind of a sister to the your main beacon is the parent beacon, and your beacons laying around. That's kind of like your child beacons. Okay, you can big brother can have a little sister or something like that. All right. Yeah, even nicer. Yeah. I learned something about it. We got so much being programmed right now. It's not even funny. You guys just wouldn't believe it. Okay, let me get out of here. and I'm going to go back to my screen. Any questions before I get out of my phone? Does anybody need to see anything again before I dive out of my phone? Real quick, let me show you. If you have not, we also have our own Beacon app. Let's see here. Hang on. If you'll go to beaconfunnels.com and go to the reseller pricing up there where it says reseller, you can click on a link and download. We have our own Beacon app, okay, that literally goes in. This is how you change. The only way you can change the radius of a beacon is with the app. You cannot do that OTA. Let me see what beacon this is right here. C17. So all you do is match up the beacon. You can see C17 right there. Click on it. It'll find the beacon. Go into edit and change the radius. All you do to change the radius. You guys can't see it, but it's lighting up over here, and you just change the radius right here. Remember, 1 meter is about 3.5 feet. Default radius is 8. About 25 meters, so about 75 feet. Right at 80 feet, I think it's 3.2. So that's the default radius. Now remember, radius dictates battery growth. Battery length. So when you blow it up there at 100, that's about 320 feet. That's about a football field. So if you're blowing it up there at plus 4 decibels, you're going to lose your battery a little bit. But also our beacons use the 4A batteries. It's a 5-year beacon. At 8 decibels. At 8 decibels. Okay. And then you can bring it all the way down to centimeters. 2 meters is about 6 feet. 7 meters is about 21 feet. Little better than 21 feet. Okay. And you can download this. We got the Apple and Android version. They've already been built, already been uploaded into the stores. And it's called My Beacon Editor. Okay. Any questions at all? And you log into this with the same login in your platform. So whatever your username and password is, it's the same login for the beacon. All right. If you need to change the password, just click on change password. But remember this, and I've already got calls. If you change the password here, it's going to change the password in the entire system. So when you log back on your computer, that's the password you use. The password you use when you sign in on the dashboard on your phone is the same password you use, username and password that you use for the computer. I can't get that right there with my finger, but I am fixing to get it over here on this other side. Any questions on this at all? All right, let's jump back over here and we're going to wrap up real quick. Come back over the dashboard. I'll show you what I was talking about if you couldn't see it on my phone. Ho-ho! Look what it did here. They programmed the URL. They programmed the URL where it will also pick up the notification. They had to have done that last night. Okay? They had to have done it last night. Click through 0.33, clicks 1, and your notification's up here. Now, I'm going to do this again on a demo, on my demo account. I want to check it, so don't take my word for it. Somebody might be in the store right now clicking, but I will check that again. But it looks like it picked up the notifications and the click. Does everybody see that? So now you're going to be able to get through the URL. And what happened is we had to program the OTA through the URL. So if they got that done, and I'll find out tonight, here in about 2 hours after I get back from dinner. And if that's the case, now guess what? You can get OTA through the beacons that you attach to those URLs. So now you really got a powerhouse. Okay. Now you really have a powerhouse. Any questions at all? I know I went through a lot tonight. I try not to go through so much, and I get on a roll, and I just keep going. All right, everybody. Number one, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules, and I know everybody's busy, to come to trainings on Tuesday night. The week of Thanksgiving and the week after Thanksgiving, I won't have training on that Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and the Tuesday after that, I've got prior commitments. I've got another program another training that I got to do, and so I may do a later training or an earlier training during the day. I have to look at my schedule. My schedule is booked up for that holiday week, and then we'll resume training. We're always going to be doing training. So I will keep everybody in the loop every time something changes. When the new app comes out, we're having it developed today. I talked to the developers this afternoon, and they're moving right along with the 2 new Physical Web My Special Deals apps. And we should have those uploaded into the stores here in the next 10 days. We're also, once we launch that, I will teach you how to set up a app so that they can download those, how you use your texting to drive traffic, because it's all about marketing. It's all about driving traffic. And that's the most important thing that you can do. So with that said, I want to thank everybody. God bless. And I will see you on, I think, next Tuesday night's training. And we'll have so much more to go over. Trust me, there's new stuff to go over every week. So absolutely, Vincent. Thank you, my friend. Patricia, good to see you. Tom, good to see you on that, buddy. I hope you caught the part where you can use your beacons along with the beacon funnel beacons and create that parent-child connection. And everybody have a great evening. I will see you next Tuesday. If you have any questions, please hit me on Facebook Messenger. That's where I talk to just about everybody that's on this training tonight. And I'm going to tell you something. You're right, Patricia. I will tell you there's something Kerry Miller does not like to do, is lose money. I went to a race. I'll tell you a quick story, and I'm going to call it a night. I went to a race on Saturday. When I was at that race, I had bought my fiance a shirt, and it was $18. Now, $18, I mean, I blew that probably in the next 30 minutes. But it's still $18. Well, I was taking pictures of the race, and I went over behind this big balloon thing. I'm not really sure what it's called, just a big blow up. And I asked a guy that was there, I said, could you watch this shirt for me? I'll go take some pictures. And I went over to take some pictures, and I'd be gosh dang if somebody didn't steal my shirt when I was gone. And I lost $18 in about 5 seconds. So, Patricia, I'm right there with you, my dear. I don't like to lose money either. And anyway, I can show y'all how to make money. That is, besides customer service and helping you to grow your business, helping you not to lose money is very important to me. So, but everybody have a good night. God bless. And I will see you next Tuesday night. I hear you. My cat plays with my beacons. I hear her slapping them around the house all night long. Good night, everybody.